to drop into your practice this morning. And so letting your thoughts pass like clouds and observing without judgment what's going on. So now that we've tuned in with the breath, we begin slow inhales and exhales, finding a comfortable breath pattern that works for you today. We are starting to let go of our thoughts, acknowledging them as they arise, thanking them, and then simply letting them pass on by. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice today, I invite you to find one positive word or a quote or a mantra, something that you are wishing to receive from your practice this morning, something that you are wishing to kind of manifest in your life, something that you're wishing to send out, something that you're wishing to be, whatever it is. And so once you find it, just silently repeat it to yourself a few times, sealing it into your heart and carrying it with you throughout our class today. And we'll just take a few more moments here as we get centered, get grounded. Still sitting up tall, still activating the belly, shoulders relaxed. And maybe the breath is starting to feel just a little bit more natural. We're elongating the inhales, lengthening out the exhales. When you inhale, maybe taking a brief hold at the top. And then when you exhale, briefly holding at the bottom as you continue. Giving yourself full permission to just be where you are in this moment, letting go of yesterday, not worrying about tomorrow. Simply just reminding yourself, I am here. I am exactly where I am supposed to be. I am safe, I am loved. I am showing up for my practice today. And then when you are ready, keeping the eyes closed, taking your hands onto your knees facing up, we will touch each fingertip to our thumb, bringing awareness back to the body, beginning to shrug the shoulders up and back, making big circles. And then relaxing the shoulders, we'll take the right ear down towards the right shoulder, continuing to sit up nice and tall. Don't lose that good posture here. Letting the shoulders relax far away from the ears as we just draw that right ear down. And then breathing into the left side of your neck, if you would like to very gently amplify this stretch without forcing or pulling, just taking your right fingertips and then gently placing them on your left ear. Remember to keep your posture and just sending the breath into that left side of the neck. We'll take one big inhale. And when you exhale, very slowly release that right hand down, dropping your chin down towards your chest. And then inhaling that left ear over towards the left shoulder. So making sure that we're drawing both shoulders far away from the ears. If you want a little amplification, left fingertips just ever so gently place themselves on your right ear. Nice big stretch in the right side of the neck. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more inhale. Exhale that left hand back down. From here, we're going to take the chin all the way up towards the ceiling. Once you get here, I'm going to have you guys draw your bottom lip up towards the tip of the nose. So kind of like you're making a sad face here. And you'll feel a much deeper stretch in the neck, in the throat chakra area. So if you need that, go for it. Totally optional. When you release that bottom lip on your next exhale, we'll inhale the right ear towards the right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Exhale, chin to ceiling. One more rotation, we'll go back the way we just came from. We'll inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder. Exhale, chin to ceiling. Inhale, very slowly start to draw that gaze back to center. Chin is parallel to the floor. And we'll inhale the hands up to prayer and then straight up and overhead. So start to take the biceps to frame out the ears. We'll start to activate the shoulders. So drawing the shoulder blades towards one another. Just gently here, pulling in that belly. Hands to touch. Let's find Kali Mudra. So interlace the fingers, leaving out the pointer fingers. Now let's take a nice big exhale. And just bend over to the right as far as your body allows here. And as far as the body allows you to go while still keeping a nice posture. So staying rooted through that left sit bone. You should start to feel a nice stretch in that left shoulder, left underarm area. Inhale, take it back to center. Exhale, gently over to the left. Shine that heart open towards the ceiling on a slight little pivot. Inhale, take it back to center. And as we exhale, we're going to start to hinge at the hips and fold forward. So as far as you can go, while the sit bones stay rooted. When they start to rise, drop the hands, press yourself back into place, and release into a fold. Dropping the head, relaxing the shoulders, and breathing in. And relaxing a little bit farther on an exhale. Maybe your forearms draw down to the ground. Maybe you just continue to walk the fingertips out. Beautiful. One more inhale. And we're going to start to walk it all the way over to the left on that inhale. Left hand will come all the way out to the side, pressing that right sit bone back down into the earth. We sweep the right arm up and overhead. And you can take that left hand out as far as feels comfortable for you. Maybe you come down on the forearm if your body allows. Again, pivoting the heart open towards the ceiling, reaching out through those right fingertips. Nice big inhale from that right hip all the way up and energetically out through the fingertips. And we breathe out, we stretch over just a little bit farther. One more breath in, creating lots of length. When we exhale, pivot the chest down, take that right hand down next to the left, hand over hand. We cross it all the way over and walk it over to the right. Right hand plants beside you. Inhale, the left arm comes up and overhead. We pivot the heart up, reaching out through those left fingertips. You can tiptoe the right ones out just a little bit farther. But notice if that left sit bone starts to peel off the earth, press it back down, walk it in a little bit, and then release into your side body stretch. Breathing in, the energy reaches from your left hip all the way up your left side body out your left fingertips. On our last exhale here, let's see if we can bend just a little bit farther. And we'll inhale, take both arms up and overhead where we started. On our exhale, we're going to pivot the upper body over to the right, just using the strength of the core. Right hand comes behind you at the base of the sacrum, and left hand comes to the right knee for a twist. So as you breathe in, sitting up nice and tall, reaching the crown of the head up. And as you breathe out, gently twisting. If you find that you're pulling yourself into the twist, release the hands, soften them. Just twist with the core, gaze over the right shoulder. One more inhale here. One more exhale. And we'll inhale and take it back up and overhead. And when you exhale, we'll slowly start to twist just with the strength of the core over to the left as far as you can. Left hand comes behind the base of the sacrum, right hand to left knee, gaze over that left shoulder. Inhale to sit up a little bit taller, create length. And exhale to deepen. Beautiful. Breathing in, pulling the belly in to activate the core. Breathing out to twist just a little bit deeper. Wonderful. Inhale, take it all the way back to center. Arms come up and overhead. Exhale, hands to prayer. Let's draw those knees into the chest, and we're going to come down onto the ground here. So using your arms for support, come down to lie, hug both knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a nice big hug and gently start to rock side to side on your spine. And if you'd like, you can even kind of move your knees in a figure 8 shape so that you're able to kind of roll out more of the back than just the lower back. You get a little bit of the middle of the back as well. Beautiful. When you're ready, you can pull both knees back in towards your chest, nice and tight. And we're just gonna work on that right leg here. So interlace the fingers around the right knee, and then you can release that left leg all the way straight down towards the ground. We're not gonna worry about that left leg here. So pulling the knee in towards the right underarm. We're gonna come into a half happy baby here. So take your right arm on the inside of your right knee, reach for the outer edge of your right foot, and then pull that right leg up. So the knee draws in towards the underarm, the ankle stacks above the knee, and we flex the foot. If you want, you can take your left hand, place it on your left hip bone, and then just pull the knee in. Just a little bit until you feel a nice stretch. And again, keeping those right toes flexed, shoulders relaxed. We'll take one more inhale. And as you exhale, we're gonna reach that right foot all the way up towards the ceiling, interlace the fingers behind the right knee, flex the right toes towards your face and drive up and out through the heel. And so straightening out the leg as much as you can. Even if you need to take it back a little bit, you can. And then we'll gently start to pull it in towards the body. Keeping that leg super activated. And then once you start to feel the leg getting a little bit shaky, that is where your comfortable maximum is. And we'll pause there, and we're just gonna breathe into the hamstring. Now when you flex the toes towards your face, see if you can turn your right pinky toe and the outer edge of your right foot down towards your right side. This will really change up the sensation of the stretch. And we'll take one more inhale here. And then when you exhale, bend into that left knee. Plant the sole of the left foot straight down on the ground. Bend into the right knee. Take that right ankle, place it on top of your left knee. Press your right knee away from your body. If you feel a sensation, you can stay right here. If you know that you can stretch out the hips a little bit deeper, let's take the right arm in between the legs, interlace the fingers behind the left thigh, and just gently pull it all in towards the body. So flexing both of the feet. Shoulders and head are relaxed heavy on the earth. We're not holding any tension in the neck here. We're just gonna breathe into the right hip. Nice big inhale. And then when you exhale, you can pull everything in just a little bit tighter. One more inhale. And when you exhale, release that left foot down nice and slow. Take the right foot down to the earth to meet it. When you're ready, you can pull that left knee in towards your chest, releasing that right leg all the way down to the earth. Take that left arm on the inside of the leg, reach for the outer edge of the foot, or find a nice toe lock here. And we'll come into that half happy baby. Wonderful. Ankle stacked on top of the knee. Left knee drawing in towards your left underarm. Toes flexed, right hand on your right hip flexor. Just for a little bit of support. Only pulling in until you feel that comfortable maximum once again. Staying with your breath, we'll breathe into the hips. Just one more inhale here. And when you exhale, draw that left leg all the way straight up towards the ceiling, interlacing the fingers behind the left knee, flexing the left toes towards your face. And we're going to turn that left pinky toe and the outer edge of the left foot down towards the earth as we gently pull that left leg in towards the body. Getting a really nice hamstring stretch, driving up through that heel. Beautiful. One more inhale. And then on this exhale, we're going to plant the sole of the right foot down onto the ground, bend into your left knee, take your left ankle on top of your right knee, and just gently press that left knee away from your body. If you feel a stretch here, you can stay. And then if you would like, you can thread your arms through, pull back on that right leg, flex both feet for a nice reclined pigeon here. And you're in full control of however much of a stretch that you need here. You can pull it a little bit or release. And we'll take one more inhale. And when you exhale, we're going to take both knees in towards the chest here. And gently roll over onto your left or right side into a fetal position. And just use your bottom arm as a pillow for a moment, just pausing, just observing any changes in the breath or the body, just since we've been doing some gentle movement. Beautiful. From here, we're going to press ourselves back up to that seated posture, our Sukhasana. And roll right forward over onto our hands and knees for tabletop. And so once you get here, super important that your fingertips are nice and wide, shoulders are stacked above the wrists, hips above the knees, peek through the legs if you can see your feet, just turn your toes out to the sides a little bit. And then we're going to gently tuck the tailbone forward, pull the belly in towards the spine, slightly tuck those low ribs in and gaze down in between your thumbs so that we have a nice neutral spine here. And we're going to start to move through some cat-cows just to warm up the back a little bit more. So as you inhale, tucking the tailbone up to start, dropping the belly down, and then shining the heart forward through the shoulders as you gaze forward. Maybe you tuck the toes under here, pressing the earth away. And on an exhale, we round through the spine, tucking the tailbone in, dropping the gaze, untuck the toes, press the ground away again. Inhale, tailbone up, belly down, heart forward. Exhale, tailbone down, round through the spine, press the mat away. Inhale for cow pose. Exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. We're going to continue this for a few more rounds at your own pace. So nice and fluid, seamlessly transitioning from one to another, and feeling free to add any movements that your body is calling for here. So if you need to roll out the neck, maybe wag your tail side to side, roll out the entire spine. Maybe make big circles with the hips. Letting your eyes close and giving your body and yourself full permission to just move freely on your mat. For just a few more moments. And on your next exhale, take your big toes to touch, knees as wide as the mat. Drop the glutes down towards the heels. Walk the hands out in front of you. Drop the forehead down for a child's pose. Letting the chin melt all the way down towards the earth. If you'd like, you can plant your forehead flat down and then let your chest fully release. So letting go of any tightness and tension you might be holding on to in the hips so that you can ground down just a little bit farther here. And then find a hand placement that feels super comfortable for you. So if you're looking to open up the shoulders this morning, I suggest tenting the fingertips, pulling the elbows off the earth, dropping the forehead down. Or you can take the hands to prayer behind your head. You can reach back for the soles of the feet. You can interlace the fingers behind the back. Whatever your body's asking for this morning, I want you to answer to it. Give it exactly what it needs here. And we'll take a few moments in this child's pose. Keeping in mind that child's pose is always available to you at any point in your practice. And we'll take this moment here to slow the breath down, letting the body completely ground down, giving the arms a break from bearing weight. Checking in with the breath and with the body. Again, taking this moment here just to observe. And then if they aren't already, we'll reach the arms back out in front of us. And we're gonna start to walk our arms as far over to the right as your body allows. And then maybe you cross that left hand over the right hand. Maybe you go super far, maybe you only go just a little bit. Wherever you are is perfect here. Just breathing into that left side body from that left hip all the way up and out through those fingertips. Letting your head release down onto your arms. Maybe it comes all the way down through the arms onto the floor. And let's take 2 nice full breaths here. So inhaling fully through the nose. And exhaling out of the nose. 1 more inhale. And then on our exhale, we're gonna start to hand over hand transition as far over to the left as feels comfortable for you. Right hand crosses over the left hand. And we breathe into that whole right side body. 2 breaths here, letting everything just release. On your next inhale, take it all back to center. And we're gonna round our spine, rolling our way back up into a tabletop, but we're gonna come so far forward that our shoulders come forward over our wrists. We start to kind of drop the pelvis down towards the earth. And then on an exhale, elbows come in to frame the rib cage. We lower knees, chest, chin, and inhale, sweep it forward through a baby cobra. And we exhale back to our first downward facing dog of class. So once you arrive there, pedaling out your feet, walking your dog. Maybe you wag your tail side to side. Again, finding any movement that your body is calling for. Fingertips are still nice and wide. We're pressing the ground away. Shoulders are this time shrugging up towards the ears, and the ears are hanging parallel with your biceps. We tuck the tailbone and the hips up nice and high. Pull the belly in towards the spine to activate the core. Beautiful. Chest down towards the toes. Little bend in the knees if you need. And maybe you try to press your heels down to the ground, but if they aren't today, that is fine. You can come up onto your toes. And we'll inhale as we roll forward into a high plank. And then as you continue your inhale, coming up onto the toes, and then you can exhale the heels back down. Inhale to the toes. Exhale to the heels. One more time, we'll inhale forward onto our tippy toes. Exhale to our knees, lower towards our chest, hugging those elbows in. Chin comes down, we inhale, sweep it forward, baby cobra. And let's exhale to that nice child's pose again. Just grounding wherever you are. Beautiful, just a few breaths here. To just observe that awesome flow of energy moving through the arms, moving through the body, the heart rate spiked a little bit. From the child's pose, we exhale to down dog. We'll move through our vinyasa again. Inhale up to your tippy toes, rolling forward to a high plank. We're already ready to lower. Option 1, you exhale, knees, chest, chin. Option 2, you lower through a chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog, squeezing the glutes to protect the low back wherever you are. Exhale, downward facing. Beautiful. Once you arrive, slowing the breath down. Taking your time, adjusting, finding your alignment. Beautiful. Let's inhale, shifting the gaze up towards the hands. Exhale, tiptoeing your way up to a forward fold. Feet come in between the hands. We inhale and halfway lift, fingertips to shins, roll the shoulders back, gaze down. Exhale, release and fold. Inhale as you bend deeply into the knees, reverse swan dive, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands to prayer. Arms down to your sides, palms facing forward. Tadasana, mountain pose. Standing tall, rooting down through the feet, activating all the way up through the legs to the core. Relaxing the shoulders, chin parallel to the floor. Find your breath again. Find your intention again. Just one more moment here. When you're ready, blinking the eyes open. Inhale, sweeping the arms up and overhead, mini back bend at the top. Exhale, we reverse swan dive, lead with the chest, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, little bend in the knees if you need. Inhale, this time we roll all the way up, straightening out the legs. Nice big rounding in the spine. Chest comes up, gaze comes up, arms come up. Still inhaling. Exhale, hands through prayer, lead with the chest, fold it forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let's pause in this fold. Take a big bend in the knees so your chest comes all the way down to release on your thighs. Hug your hands behind your legs. And then work into straightening out the legs or not. Just releasing into a fold here, letting the head fall heavy. Nod the head yes. Nod the head no. Take a breath in. Exhale, take the arms back out in front of you. Reach for opposite elbows. Gently rocking side to side. Swaying that upper body, letting everything fall heavy. On your next exhale, releasing those hands back down. We inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands down. From here, we're going to step that right foot back. Make sure that that left knee is stacked directly above your left ankle. Dropping down onto your right knee, untucking the right toes. Find your footing, activate the legs, Just peeling the hands off the earth down to your sides. Squeezing those thighs. Inhale, the arms come up and overhead. Palms to face one another, plug the shoulders in. Beautiful, chin is parallel to the floor, dropping those hips down, squaring them to the wall in front of you. Beautiful, breathing in. Breathing out as you drop your hips down, settling in. One more inhale. Exhale, right hand comes down on the inside of the left foot. We inhale the left arm up and overhead. Breathing here, gazing up at that left thumb. Beautiful. From where we are, we're going to tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee off the ground. One more inhale. Exhale, drop back down onto the right knee, untuck the right toes. Left hand comes down on the outside of that left foot. We rock the hips back, flex the left toes towards the face for a half split. Little bend in this left knee if you need. Relax the shoulders, drop the gaze. One more inhale. Folding a little bit deeper on your exhale. Inhale, back to your low lunge. Tuck your right toes under. Lift your right knee off the ground. Step that left foot back for a plank. Inhale, roll forward over the toes. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Elbows come in to frame the ribs. Inhale, sweep it forward, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, child's pose. Dropping back in with your intention here. Grounding down. Taking a moment for just you to be with your breath. On your next exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, tiptoe it up to a forward fold. Feet come in between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend deeply into those knees. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands to prayer. Arms out to your side, mountain pose, observing the breath and the body. Rooting down, standing up nice and tall. Blinking the eyes open. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, hinge at the hips, reverse swan dive, take it down to a fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Take those hands all the way down. This time we are stepping the left foot back. Right knee stacks directly over your right ankle. So I'm going to step my right foot forward a little bit here. Drop down onto your left knee. Untuck your left toes. Finding your footing in your low lunge. Activating the legs. Arms come down to your sides. You'll start to activate through the quads, squeezing the legs, squeezing the glutes, squaring the hips, and then arms come up and overhead. Beautiful. Sinking those hips down, plugging the shoulders in. Little time check here. We're good. Palms to face one another. Beautiful. Breathing in. As you exhale, drop the hips a little bit farther. Let go of that left glute. One more inhale here. Exhale, follow that gaze down with that left hand on the inside of the right foot. Right arm stays up and overhead for a twist. Still dropping those hips down. Drawing that right arm back. Breathing in. Breathing out. From here, we will inhale, tuck the left toes under. Exhale, lift the left knee off the ground. Breathing in. Breathing out, drop it back down, untuck the toes. Right hand comes down on the outside of the right foot. Rock the hips back for a half split. Letting go of your breath. Little bend in your knee. Inhale, flex those right toes towards your face. Exhale, relax the shoulders. One more breath in. As we exhale, we'll come forward back through a low lunge. Tucking the left toes under, lifting the left knee off the ground. On an exhale, step it back for a high plank. Drop down onto your knees, child's pose, sit it right back. Come down onto the forehead. And focus on slowing the breath down here. With a nice rounded spine, we'll roll our way up to a tabletop. Separating the knees as we find our alignment. We inhale, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, lower down to your chin. Inhale, sweep it forward for a baby cobra. Beautiful. Exhale down to your belly. Taking your arms out in front of you. Hands on top of one another, plant the chin down. And we'll come to lie for a moment, flat on the belly. And trying your best to soften the belly. So when there's pressure in this area, we tend to want to squeeze our core, tighten everything, but we really just want to let it soften, because it's actually really beneficial for us. And there's a method to my madness here, and you'll understand in a minute. Take your arms out in front of you and just either plant your chin straight down or your forehead. And just completely soften the belly. And then from here, let's work into Sphinx. So, stacking the elbows directly under the shoulders, pressing your pubic bone into the earth. Maybe you separate the feet to the width of the mat here. Press the toes into the ground. And then press the elbows into the earth so you can shine the heart forward. Draw the shoulders back. Base of the skull reaches towards the wall behind you. And we just continue to work the chest forward, broadening through the collarbone. And still, we're softening through the belly. And so, maybe trying to breathe into the belly here, which is a little bit difficult when we're lying on it. But just completely letting go of all that tension there. And continue to squeeze the glutes to protect the low back. Maybe if you want to deepen here a little bit, you straighten out the arms. Just for one inhale. And as you exhale, we'll lower back to Sphinx. Beautiful. From here, let's inhale. Lift the right toes and the right knee off the ground. Left leg stays exactly where it is. Really pointing out through the right foot, squeezing the right glute, gazing straight out in front of you, staying nice and activated in that Sphinx. Exhale as you release that right leg down. Inhale to that left leg, lift it up, up, up. Squeeze the glute. Reach out through those toes. Beautiful. Exhale, release. From here, we're going to come back down onto our arms. And we'll inhale, lifting both legs off the ground. Keep that chin and head down as much as you can. Point out through the toes. Squeeze the glutes. Notice that shaking in the legs. Exhale, release it all back down. Come down onto your forehead here, close your eyes, soften the belly. Beautiful, one last time. This time we're gonna take our hands down to our sides, palms facing down, lifting the chin and the head off the ground as if we're still in that Sphinx pose, reaching the base of the skull towards the wall behind you. We'll inhale the arms up, legs to follow. Flying here. Breathing in. Breathing out, lift the chest a little bit more. Exhale to release. One more time, we take the hands down to the arms. Soften the belly. Slow the breath. When you're ready, pressing back to a child's pose. Once again, observing here, noticing what's going on in the body, noticing the breath, and so from here, let's inhale up to a tabletop, press back to a downward facing dog. We're going to draw our right knee in towards our nose, come forward into a plank, slightly turn your right shin up parallel to the top of the mat, come forward onto your left toes, and then plant the knee right down and your right into your pigeon pose. So come down onto your forearms. And then if you like to here, you can come all the way down onto your forehead. And the first thing that we're gonna do here is soften the belly. So on a nice big exhale, I want you to let go of all of that tightness that you're holding in your belly area, all the tightness that you're holding onto in your core. Working on squaring your hips to the floor, so shifting a little bit more of your weight over to your left side. Evenly distributing the weight throughout the entire torso so that it's not all right over your right hip. Letting this left leg just be super heavy behind you. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the neck, relaxing the whole back. And we're just going to focus all of our attention on this right hip. And so what do you feel there? What comes up for you as we are opening it here? Maybe you're clenching onto that tight space in your hip for dear life, but you have the power to let go and soften it. And so making sure that you're not holding onto tightness in other places to try to overcompensate for what you're feeling in your hip. So again, softening the belly, unclenching the jaw, letting the tongue fall from the roof of the mouth, softening the eyebrows and the forehead, relaxing your eyes, and just sending your breath towards your right hip. We're just going to take a few more breaths here. So anything that you can let go of that you're holding onto in your body, if your body allows you to, Just let go. Just soften. And surrender here. We'll take one more inhale. And we'll exhale to walk the hands back towards the body. Tuck the left toes under, pressing back to your last downward facing dog of class today. And with your last downward facing dog will be your last flow. So inhale onto your tippy toes forward into a plank, getting ready to lower as you exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. And we exhale to that downward facing dog. Inhale, left knee towards your nose. Roll forward into a high plank onto your right tippy toes, turning your left shin parallel to the top of the mat as much as you can, and planting down onto that left knee. You can untuck the right toes, come down onto your forearms, make your way into your pigeon pose. Beautiful. And so again, letting everything soften, and so you can fully let go. Unclenching the jaw, releasing the tongue from the roof of the mouth, all the muscles in the face, the belly, the back, the shoulders, that right leg, your glutes. We're solely just focusing on this left hip here. And observing if it's a little bit more open or a little bit tighter than your right. Wherever you are here is perfect, and we're just going to take a few more breaths. So anything else that you can let go of that you might be holding on to in the physical body. Again, just letting yourself surrender here. When you are ready, beginning to walk the hands back towards the body. We're going to come to sit on the left hip as we swing the legs around, taking them back out in front of you. And we're going to begin to cool down here, so I encourage you to kind of prepare your space before I come into my cool down in my Shavasana. I love to put my hoodie back on, so that I'm not cold in my final rest, or maybe you want to put socks on or have a little blanket handy. Maybe drop your lights down, anything that you like to do to set your space. And then again, we'll assist ourselves back down to lie. Both knees come in towards your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. One more time, rocking side to side, just gently on your spine. And we're gonna hug the right knee in as we release the left leg all the way down. Right arm reaches out to your side. Right knee is going to draw all the way over to the left, as far as feels comfortable for you. Gazing over towards your right hand, pressing your right shoulder into the earth. So a nice supine twist here, wringing the body out of any toxins it might be holding on to. Getting a nice little twist through the core. Let's inhale everything back to center. From here, both arms are going to come out to a T. Both knees are going to come together. And we're going to drop both legs this time all the way over to the left. So our knees stacked on top of one another. You can take the left fingertips to the top of the right knee, gazing over towards your right arm. Again, pressing the right shoulder down into the earth. And just slowing the breath. Beautiful. Let's inhale it back to center. Both legs come up and overhead here. Let's reach for the ankles, flex the toes towards the face, and just pull back on both of the legs for a nice little quick hamstring stretch before we do the other side. On your next exhale, both knees come in towards your chest. We hug the left knee in. Release the right leg all the way out in front of you. Left arm comes out straight to your side. Right knee reaches, or left knee reaches all the way over to your right. Gaze over towards that left arm. Press the shoulder into the earth. Let yourself release into your twist. Again, softening through the belly, softening through the core. Inhale, take it back to center. Both arms out to a T, both knees in towards your chest. And on your exhale, let them both fall all the way over to the right, this time stacked on top of one another. Gaze over towards the left. Right hand to the left knee if you'd like. Soften through the core. Inhale it back to center. And exhale, both legs up and overhead for a waterfall pose. Arms come down to your sides. Or if you'd like this to be a little bit more active, you can reach up for those legs one more time. If not, just keep everything nice and relaxed. Toes towards your face, heels up. A little bend in the knees if you need. Just letting that blood flow, reverse. Giving the legs one last little break here. Let's roll those ankles out in one direction and then another. Beautiful. And if you'd like here, maybe you come into a plow pose, maybe you come into a shoulder stand, or maybe you just relax into this waterfall. This is going to be our last little pose of the day here. So if there's any last things that we didn't get to today that you would like to at home, please feel free. Take this moment before we make our way down. And then whenever you are ready, we're going to slowly drop the knees in towards the chest, soles of the feet down to the earth. Let the knees splay out wide. Let the feet come to touch. And let your hands come out to your sides. So the palms will face up if you're looking to receive energy for the day. And the palms will face down if you are looking for a little bit of grounding. And so we're going to scan the body, starting at the crown of the head. We'll make our way down as we fully relax, fully release, and fully soften everywhere that we can. So to begin, let's relax the forehead. A lot of the times we mindlessly are holding on to so much tension in the forehead, squinting and scrunching the eyebrows. So relax the eyebrows. Let them unfurrow. Relax the space in between them. Let the eyes close. Of course, only if that feels safe. You can always take a soft gaze over the tip of the nose. Relaxing the eyes behind the lids. Unclenching your jaw, gently letting your lips part and letting the tongue release from the roof of the mouth. So fully softening all of the muscles in the face. Letting the head and the neck and the shoulders relax. Everything is heavy on the earth, fully grounded. So the chest will relax as you slow the breath. The belly will start to rise and fall. And the hips are nice and heavy on the ground. And then when you're ready, you can draw the knees in towards one another. extending the legs out straight in front of you, feet splay out wide. And we scan one last time from the soles of the feet all the way up to the crown of the head. And since everything is fully relaxed, we are able to completely let go, give ourselves that full permission to let go into our Shavasana. So letting all of your thoughts pass like clouds, letting the breath soften, becoming so effortless here, letting go everything going on around you, and just giving yourself time and space to drift off, going wherever you need to go, and just solely focusing on your breath in this moment, nothing else. Again, letting go of yesterday, letting go of tomorrow, letting yourself be completely in this moment, right here and right now. And we'll start to deepen the breath. Begin to bring small movements back to the body. Wiggle the toes, touch each fingertip to your thumb. And then reaching the arms up and overhead like it's your very first stretch of the day, pointing through the toes, reaching out through the fingertips, reawakening the body. And then drawing both knees in towards your chest, giving yourself a nice big hug, thanking your body for all that it does for you and all that it will continue to do for you in the future. And when you are ready, rolling onto your right side into the fetal position, using your bottom arm as a pillow. Taking a brief moment here to just notice the body, observe the breath, observe the thoughts. And just noticing overall how you feel now compared to when we first started. And then when you are ready, keeping your eyes closed, pressing yourself up to find a seated posture with your hands at prayer and heart center. And we will finish off our practice by one more time returning to the intention that we set in the beginning. And once more, just sealing it into our heart, keeping it right in the front of our minds, keeping it with us as we move throughout the rest of the week. Thank you guys so much for joining me on the mat today. The divine light in me honors and bows to the divine light in each of you. Namaste.